in the sky. I said some people fall in love for the wrong reasons sometimes. Some mistakes get made, that's alright, that's okay. You might think that you're in love when you're really just in pain. Some mistakes get made, that's alright, that's okay. In the end it's better for me, that's the moral of the story, babe. Oh, oh, whoa, oh. They say it's better to have loved and lost than to have never really loved at all. Well, I think that's a load of it, and I just wanna tell you all. Hey guys, thanks for checking out this guitar lesson for Moral of the Story by Ashe. There's also a version with Niall Horan that I really like, so featuring Niall Horan. Anyway, thanks a lot to everyone that requested it. I got 2 requests recently on YouTube, Best Trios, and on Facebook, Camille. Thank you guys for the requests, always happy to oblige. Also, very exciting news, I recently set up my Patreon, so if you guys want to support me in more ways, give me more opportunities to give you more content, check out Patreon. There's a link in the description and at the end of the video. I have a lot of projects in mind and I can't accomplish them without your support, so yeah, I'd appreciate that. Anyway, let's get to the video. To get started, capo is on the 3rd fret, and then there are a couple chords you need to know. The first chord is G, and you play that in this song with middle finger on the 3rd fret of low E, index on the 2nd fret of A, ring on the 3rd fret of B, and pinky on the 3rd fret of high E. The next chord is B7. You play that with middle finger on the 2nd fret of A, index on the 1st fret of D, ring on the 2nd fret of G, and then you have pinky on the 2nd fret of high E. Kind of a complicated chord there, but it's really nice. And then the last chord for the verse is C major 7. And you play that with ring finger on the 3rd fret of A, middle finger on the 2nd fret of D. Another great chord. So now moving on, you get into the pre-chorus, and the first chord you need to know for that part is A minor. And you play that with middle finger on the 2nd fret of D, ring on the 2nd of G, and index on the 1st of B. The next chord is D7, and you play that with middle finger on the 2nd fret of G, index on the 1st of B, and ring finger on the 2nd fret of high E. Alright, so that's basically the whole song. That's the verse and the chorus and the pre-chorus. There is a bridge at the end with a couple new chords. The first one is F major 7. And you play that with ring finger on the 3rd fret of D, middle on the 2nd fret of G, and index on the 1st of B. And that covers a lot of the bridge. At the very end of the bridge, there are 2 more chords. First one is E minor. And you play that with middle finger on the 2nd fret of A, ring on the 2nd of D. And then there's one more chord, and it gets a little tricky here because normally I only cover the first 4 frets, but this one is a little higher up. It's C sharp minor. And the way you play this, you get your index finger and you put it on the 4th fret of A, and then you put your ring finger on the 6th fret of D, pinky on the 6th of G, and then middle finger on the 5th fret of B. So it's just a standard minor position, but it's up on the 4th fret, like that. So those are all the chords. They're a little complex. A lot of them I've never taught before. So yeah, make sure you take your time with that. A song like this, it has a lot of fun chords, so if you learn them all, you can really play it well. The only thing left after the chords is the strumming pattern. So the way I do that for this song, I read it as 8th notes, which means 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that's how you read out a measure. And as far as the strumming in the measure, you start off with a downstroke on 1, and then another downstroke on 3, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then I do a down up at the very end of the measure, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. It's a little sped up, so about that speed. So that's the strumming pattern. Those are the chords. take your time with it. There are a lot of new chords there, but yeah, let's do it. Talking with my lawyer, she said, where'd you find this guy? I said, some people fall in love for the wrong reasons sometimes. Some mistakes get made, that's alright, that's okay. You might think that you're in love when you're really just in pain. Some mistakes get made, that's alright, that's okay. In the end it's better for me, that's the moral of the story, babe. Oh, oh, whoa, oh. They say it's better to have loved and lost than to have never really loved at all. Well, I think that's a load of it, and I just wanna tell you all. Alright, so that's the whole song. I hope it was a lot of help. Thanks a lot to everyone that requested it. We got here on YouTube, Best Trios, and on Facebook, Camille. Thank you for the requests. Always happy to do it. If you guys have any more questions or comments, please leave them down below and I'll be happy to answer them. Also, make sure to subscribe so you catch all the lessons to come. And as I said at the beginning, I do have a Patreon now, very exciting. I really appreciate all the support that anyone would be happy to give. We have a lot of projects coming up, a lot of cool things we want to add as far as new guitar lesson options, ways you guys can interact with me, and ways that I can give you more exciting content. So yeah, there's a link to that in the description. There might be one around here. I'll see if I can work that out. But yeah, anyways, thanks a lot for watching.